Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home 3-pack of the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, aka Tobey Maguire, the Amazing Spider-Man, aka Andrew Garfield, and then what have they designated Tom Spider-Man as? The Spectacular Spider-Man? I have no idea what he's called. What is his version called that they made it? I don't know, whatever. But you know who they are. Obviously, you know who they are. That's why you're here. But this 3-pack couldn't have come at a better time either, because we just got Across the Spider-Verse coming out, and I mean, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know if they're in the movie or anything like that, but it's so cool to have a bunch of spider stuff coming out at the same time, so they can capitalize on that hype. So, without further ado, let's get into what they all come with. Well, first things first, get out of the way. They come with 3 of these little shitty webs. We've seen these countless times. Let's take a look at Tom's accessories first. So he has a pair of wall-crawling hands, which these aren't bad at all. These are, I'm pretty sure all 3 sets of his hands are brand new because the original one was based off concept and his hands were reversed. But these are pretty good. And then I did also take off his Iron Spider gauntlets because those were inaccurate, and for whatever reason they just decided not to make Tom's figure accurate, but they did with everybody else. Comes with a pair of thwip hands as well, which these are not bad. And then he comes with a pair of fists. Pretty good as well. And all of them actually do come with that. They come with those 3 sets of things. So if you look at Tobey here, he has a wall crawling hand right here. If it'll focus. There we go. Wall crawling hand, thwip hand. Same with Andrew. You can see his right there. And yeah, you can see Andrew's down there. But then they also come with, for some reason they're also asymmetrical, which is nice because it's nice to have different things. But like his is more of an actual kind of crawling hand for Tobey, and Andrew's is kind of a sort of grabbing to throw a web sort of thing, which is really cool. And all the webs are sculpted and painted on them. And, thwip hand, fist, thwip hand, fist, and that's all they come with. Oh, and then here, if you guys want to see what Tom's look like, here are his Iron Spider gauntlet things, which these don't look bad at all. They just slip on and off easily on the figure. Now onto the detail of these guys, and we're just going to go very briefly over Tom Spider-Man, just because of the fact that this figure has been out for a couple of years now, and all they did to change this figure was just the web lines, and I did this a couple years ago. So, and just show you guys that. Oh, it's actually, oh, there you go. I didn't realize that. It's more of a blue too, more of a bluish black on the new one as opposed to the old one. Gold a little brighter. I do like how my web lines came out better though. Like I think they came out better. But it's all right. It's not, not terrible. I'm glad that we got this figure, and I hope that we never get it again for one very simple reason. And that reason would be the fact that I think we are going to get him again, and I think we're going to get all 3 of them again because they all 3 have this neckline right here. I don't know if you can see that on there, but it's built into the web, into the web line and that. But like bring in Tobey, you can see that line on his neck and everything. And the rumors, which have all been true from Rectangular so far, like nothing that he has said has been wrong about the leak lists for this year. We're going to get a No Way Home wave, and we're going to get the Spider-Man again, and they're going to have unmasked heads, which I'm curious to see if they actually pull that off with Andrew, because Bandai had some issues with that, and then they had to take away the unmasked head for his figure. So, which I definitely could see Hasbro being like, if there was only one company that could do it, it would be Hasbro, because I think they could get the money to do that, And it's just, I feel like maybe an easier sell for them. But I think it's kind of BS that they're gonna redo them all. And I'm curious to see what they actually do. Like, because they have to. There's no way they don't come with different necks, right? Like, they wouldn't just. I hate to say it, but like, would they pull what they did with the Game Reverse Miles and have that like neckline on him, but then not have him come with an extra neck? I could see them pulling some shit like that. They shouldn't, but I could see them pulling some shit like that. Now, pulling in Tobey to take a little closer look at him, I really like this Tobey. I have the Figure Arts one, and I will compare him when we get to size comparisons, but I really like how this turned out. I like the silver. I definitely see what they were talking about during the live stream of like, oh, sometimes it looks like he's unpainted because the way the light hits the silver, it just looks like it completely missed. But it doesn't bother me really at all because it's accurate, like he's got the silver web lines, the black logo. I like the brighter blues and the brighter reds. I think they look very good on him. His head sculpt is a little wonky, but it's not bad. I think it is how it looks in the movie, because it does look a little janky in the movie, but it's not bad, you know? I do think, though, his hands are a little small. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I just feel like they are, and I don't know if it's maybe everyone else's hands are just a little big. I'm honestly not quite sure, but his boots look pretty good as well. Got some actual, like, little bit of texturing that you can see on the blue as well, which is really nice. It looks very movie accurate. Same with the red. There's also a texture underneath the web lines and stuff. And then if we bring in Andrew, which I would say Andrew's the standout figure from this set, just because of the fact that, you know, only the Figuarts Tobey has come out so far. So, like, we haven't gotten a chance to get another Andrew Garfield figure in a very long time, other than this one and then the Figuarts one that's coming, and then hopefully Mafex gets to them. But, oh man, this looks beautiful. I love the head sculpt especially. Like, the proportions, they look just like Andrew Garfield. It looks so good. I think the colors might be just a little too dark, maybe. Like, I feel like it should be just a little brighter on the red, but it could also just be the fact that maybe, you know, Tobey especially is a very brighter red, so, like, it just kind of balances out, you know, and then they look like two very different sides of the spectrum. But I love the shiny. He's got very nice metallic for the red, and his silver for his lenses, the black lines, the blue, everything just looks very glossy and perfect. It's so nice. I love it. His spider on the back looks great too. You can see the texturing on his suit as well. I never noticed too, I don't know if this is accurate or not, but like why is his design on his arms kind of more on the bicep than it is the actual arm, like side of the arm? I don't know if that's, I'm not sure. I mean, it's got to be accurate, right? I don't know. But I love the way these guys look. And then let's real quick go over articulation just to these two. I'm not going to go over Tom. But they both have the like ball joint, the new double ball peg thing that they've been doing for a while in the neck. So I'm going to do a mod for it, and I may make a video on it. But unfortunately, you can only get the head up about that far on Tobey. Can go down not really at all. Can tilt a little bit, which is good. Rotation, his shoulders go out and up that far, which is really good. He's got some butterfly joints, so his arm can go that far across, can go that far back. He's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that go up that far. Same, you know, standard hinges for the hands, so they rotate and then they go back and forth. As for his torso, it is the new like inverted ab crunch or whatever they call it. So he's got the diaphragm joint up top. It can rotate and twist and all that stuff. And then also bend forward. And his is the best between him and Andrew. I don't know why, but I'm going to definitely probably have to mod Andrew's. But it can go pretty far forward, which is nice. Can go very far back. His legs are drop down, so you pull the leg down a little bit. And you can go that far forward. Can go that far out. Not really back at all because of his butt, but he does have thigh swivel. He's got double jointed knees that go up all the way with absolute ease. No boot swivel or anything like that, but his feet can go back, up, oh wow, quite a lot. And then of course, ankle pivot. And then as for Andrew, his articulation is the exact same, but range-wise, it can go up that far, down that far, a little bit of tilt, you know, rotation, standard stuff. Shoulders go out and up that far, can rotate, and butterfly joint gets it to go that far forward, that far back, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that go up that far. I did forget to mention during the details segment that he does have his web shooters, and they look very nice on here, very accurate. I love to see it. His hands as well, also same hinges. So as for his diaphragm joint, it can go that far to the side, rotate. It is kind of tight, so be careful. You don't want to, just listen to see if it actually moves on the detent, because you don't want it to just snap clean off, you know, from stress. As for forward, can go that far. See, it's not that great, and it definitely has room for improvement, so I may heat that up, try and fix that. Can go that far back. His legs also go out that far, and they are drop down as well for him, so they can go that far forward, not really back at all. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees that go up that far, can kick his own butt. No boots or anything like that, but his feet can go up that far, back that far, and of course, ankle pivot. And now onto some size comparisons. Here they are next to the Marvel Legends Amazing Spider-Man 2 2014 figure of Andrew Garfield. And I do think the red should be a little bit more closer to that, but like, you know, still metallic. But I like this. I think this looks good. And this looks more proportionally sound, looks better in all aspects. But I do like this one. This figure was good for its time. And still does, I think, hold up. Same with this guy, actually. This is the Toy Biz one from, I think, the second Spider-Man movie, and the blue should be darker to more match that. I would prefer if the red was a little darker as well. It's almost a little faded on this one. But I think they work for what they need to. And then for a figure-wise comparison, here they are next to the No Way Home Tobey, and then the original concept art version of the integrated suit for Tom Holland. And I think this looks really good. This figure, I think, this is one of the best figures of the year, period. I didn't review it for whatever reason, but this is one of the best figures of the year. And this figure, like, it doesn't, obviously it doesn't hold a candle to this one, but this is great in its own right. And I think they both have a special place in the collection for me personally. And then here they are next to the Mafex Far From Home Peter, aka Tom Holland Spider-Man, and then the Miles from the Gamerverse. And I love the way these two look. These look so good together. They look like they belong in the same universe. Like, is that just me? I love the way these two look together. And then, of course, as always, here they're next to the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man and the 20th anniversary Captain America from Marvel Legends. And I think this looks really good as well if you wanted to get your, multiversal dimension traveling on. Overall, I love the way these figures turned out. The Tom Holland Spider-Man, he's just, they threw him in there to get some mileage out of that sculpt. I get it. I don't like it. It's not my personal cup of tea. I like the Figuarts one that I have. But I think these two are great additions. If you weren't able to get the Figuarts one, which you still can get, or if you just don't feel like getting, paying that price for that, you're technically, if you just want Tobey, you're going to pay more than you would actually for the Figuarts one. But if you want to get, Andrew and Tobey in one fell swoop and then just, move on, you can do that with this set. And I think that they are great figures and great additions to the collection. And once I get the Figuarts Andrew in that, like I said, with, the Figuarts Tobey and this Tobey, they both have permanent displays in my collection because they both have such special places in my heart that I'm gonna make room for them. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's gonna do it for me, and I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.